It's time for Around the Ozarks Wake Up Weather, sponsored by John's Heating and Air, Command Family Medicine, and Taylor Grubaugh Chevrolet. Here's your host, meteorologist Abby Dyer.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to your Monday. Thanks for starting out your new week with Around the Ozarks Wake Up Weather. I am meteorologist Abby Dyer, and we have nice warm temperatures out there this morning. Temps generally starting out in the low 60s, and when you start in the 60s in the springtime, you can pretty much count on a nice warm day. I have a high temperature today near 80 degrees, so the warmth is back. Unlike yesterday, we have more sun to enjoy in the forecast today. We had a whole lot of cloud cover around this weekend, but overall, the temperatures were pretty mild. It's going to be a warmer day, though. Yesterday, we were kind of stalled in the upper 60s, low 70s because of all that cloud cover that we hung on to through the course of the afternoon. Now we're going to be allowing more sunshine into this forecast, and that will indeed help to warm us up. The big headline in this forecast, though, is that I've got severe storms back in the forecast. Not today. You don't have to worry about that on this Monday afternoon. But late tonight, I'm going to start watching a cold front that's going to be moving into our area. I'm thinking after 1 o'clock in the morning. We will likely see some very late storms overnight tonight, but the main severe threat is going to hold for us until the afternoon hours on Tuesday. Today, the big story is the partly sunny sky, the strong southerly winds that are going to pick up in this forecast. In fact, I think we could see winds gusts to 35 miles an hour today. It is going to be a breezy day, and there's also a good chance for showers and thunderstorms with strong storms in the forecast as early as late tonight. Really, I think the main focus of severe weather in the Ozarks is going to be on Tuesday as a frontal boundary continues to push south through our area. There's a lot of chances for rain in this forecast, though, so this is really just round one of many heading our direction late tonight into most of Tuesday. Today, the severe weather threat, well, there is one out there, but it stretches all the way from portions of Texas back up through Oklahoma, portions of Kansas, and the northern part of Missouri. We also see that up near Iowa, near the center of low pressure. And then the severe threat is going to move south on Tuesday. And that's the one that will be impacting a lot of us in the Ozarks. I do expect that the main threats for us, both overnight tonight and on Wednesday, will be wind and hail. Large, damaging hail and winds gusting to 70 miles an hour. More strong storms in the forecast on Tuesday afternoon, and I think that's going to be the real focus of severe weather potential in the forecast. So tomorrow, if you have something going on in the midday hours all the way through the early evening, we'll have to watch the radar and monitor for strong to severe storms. I am thinking that the highest chance for that heavy rain and the severe activity will be on Tuesday. There's also additional chances for storms in this forecast, though. That's going to happen by Wednesday and Thursday. What happens with our cold front that starts to arrive overnight tonight? Well, it's going to stall out across our region and allow for this boundary where just kind of storm after storm can set up and ride along this boundary, allowing for multiple days of rainfall. And once again, we are talking another 1 to 2 inches, maybe 2.5 inches of rain by the time the week is said and done, which with the ground as saturated as it is, will likely lead to some flooding. So that is going to come into play as we head into later this week as well. The temperature outlook today, the warmest. We have high temperatures making their way to the low 80s. I have 81 for us in Springfield on this Monday afternoon. Still mild for the rest of the week, but much closer to normal, which is the low 70s. I am expecting Tuesday will probably make it to about 75, and then we have temperatures in the low 70s for the remainder of the work week forecast. This, of course, this severe weather threat and this multi-day severe weather threat is making national news headlines. We've got severe weather outbreaks for portions of the Midwest and Plains today as part of our around the country headlines. That, as well as wet snow for the portions of the northern Rockies as we head into the morning hours. And then also below average temperatures are taking place for much of California, the Great Basin, and the Southwest. And we will be close to normal for the most of the week. But of course, today is the warm one in the forecast that I already told you. High temps would make it to near 80 degrees. All right, it's time for the Around the Ozarks Wake Up Weather Brain Twister trivia question for the day. And the question that I left you with last week: what is the highest wind speed ever recorded in a tornado? The options that I gave you were A, 190 miles per hour, B, 214 miles per hour, C, 301 miles per hour, or D, 439 miles per hour. all ridiculously high. And I wish that this was not a true number that we have recorded, but the answer is actually C, 301 miles per hour. And if you actually just Googled this, you probably saw a higher wind speed. Let me explain what happened here. The highest wind speed ever recorded was 301 miles per hour during the 1999 Bridge Creek Moore tornado in Oklahoma. Um, that was in the southern Oklahoma City metro area. And within this area, a mobile Doppler weather radar initially recorded these winds of 301 miles per hour with that tornado. A reanalysis of this storm that happened in 2021, when researchers were going back and saying, let's really investigate this storm a bit more, they actually revised the value to be 321 miles per hour, which is also the highest wind speed ever recorded on Earth. The estimates here were done by calculation because of the way that mobile Doppler worked. So the answer is C, 301. And now you know why you get some varying answers. It was because of that reanalysis of the same storm that happened 20 years after it happened. All right, here's the quiz question that I'll leave you with for tomorrow. The largest recorded hailstone by diameter was measured at 8 inches in diameter. In what state did this massive hailstone fall? Do you think that was in A, Arkansas, B, Missouri, C, Oklahoma, or D, South Dakota? You can let me know your guess. That's at aroundtheozarks.com. Again, I'm not expecting severe weather for today, so you can rest easy on this Monday. Enjoy the warm weather if you can handle the wind. The wind will be very gusty at 35 miles an hour, as I said, and I am expecting a cooler pattern and also severe storms. It could happen as early as the overnight hours tonight, but this is more likely in the midday hours tomorrow. So just make sure you have a way to get your watches and warnings on Tuesday, the 29th. I'll be back to chat with you again tomorrow morning. We'll detail more about that severe weather change.